get caught up. So welcome everybody. This is the penultimate session of co-production week. Woohoo! Can't believe we got here. I'm so grateful to all of you for turning up on a daily basis, some of you. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. So today's session is Your Safe Southend. This is the digital engagement tool that the council have recently got in, and it's just starting to be being used. And Boggy is here from Southend Borough Council. She's the Community Capacity Advisor, and she's one of the moderators on the site, and she's going to give you your tour. She welcomes questions as and when they occur, so unmute and ask. If you prefer to type in the box, chat box, I'll be watching that and I will interject with any questions you put in there. And I think that's it. So over to you, Boggy. Thank you.
So hi everyone, nice to meet you all and thanks for coming to this session. I will just start with a bit of introduction that we are moving away from a survey-only engagement and consultations, and we procured this new online engagement platform, which is empowered by Bang the Table. Bang the Table is an international company, so they have created online engagement platform in New Zealand, Australia, USA, Canada, and also in the UK. So just list some of the local authorities who are using Bang the Table. In London, a couple like Barking, Barnet, Enfield, and a few others like Cambridge is using it, Kingston, and also Sarrock using Bang the Table. So our Bang the Table platform called Your Safe Southend. So I will share my screen and just go through where we are at the moment. So the page is under development. So any feedback, what you like or dislike would be really valuable. So please share your thoughts either in the chat box or just email me after the meeting because we are really keen to know more how we can make this platform better. Obviously, we Bang the Table have some set rules, but they are really open to feedback as well. So if we can't change anything, we will let them know and ask them if they can change something for us. So just share my screen. And try to move this chat box away. All right, so a page yet. Put a thumbs up if you can see. Yeah, okay. So this is how the homepage looks like at the moment. As you can see, we have a banner which was designed by a local designer. So you can see the seaside, our Kurzweil, and a few houses, which is really unique to Southend. So on the header, you can see the home page, so you can navigate yourself back to the home page if you clicked on anything in here, and also to the council website. But we are planning to add more box in the header, such as maybe a signposting link to our council newsletter, or also a link to our archived engagement or consultation topics as well. But any other, suggestions or thoughts would be welcomed. Also, there is.
Okay, sorry, it's Jessica. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Sorry. You know about the archived stuff?
Yes.
So somebody was talking to me earlier last week about a consultation around Better Queensway. Mm-hmm. Would that kind of thing be archived? Because they felt it would be useful to go back and see what everyone had said.
I think Better Queensway consultation run by an outside company. I'm not sure. I need to ask the other consultations expert in the council, but I believe that it runs by an external company.
Oh, okay.
So it should be advertised on their platform. I can look into it if
It's not urgent.
okay.
I was just trying to check to see like what would be archived, what wouldn't. But thank you, that's really helpful.
Yeah. So anything what SBC Borough Council are doing an engagement or consultation in a partnership of any other agencies will be advertised here and also archived here as well. So you can see the archive project as well if it's open to the public. So there are some closed survey for targeted groups, so it wouldn't be advertised, but all the public engagement will be advertised here. So there is the register button here in the header as well, but also here as a side widget. We are really keen to encourage people to register because we want to create a safe environment for people to feel that they can share their thoughts, their opinion in a safe way. So just show you what the registration requires from you. So basically we are asking you to create a username. If you don't want to be identified, like use a username which is not identifiable, and also your email address and your password twice. And we are also really keen to collect postcodes because we want to make sure that we are engaging with everyone, so all areas, and we are not missing out a particular wards or a particular area. But postcode is not mandatory because I know that some of us are not really keen to add their postcode. So you just need to accept the terms and conditions and privacy policy. And what we also ask some additional questions. So if you want to share some extra questions, you can click on here. This is also just to gather some extra data to make sure that we are not missing out anyone. So we are asking year of birth, gender, sexual orientations, ethnicity, if you have disability or caring responsibility. And also the last two questions is about your interest. So we would like to know what kind of topics or engagement or consultations, what you really, sorry, I just need to decline this. Oh, am I back? Okay. So if you have a particular interest towards children and young people or educations or environment, you can let us know and we will send you those engagements via newsletters or an email to let you know that there is a new consultations occur. And also, if you want to be part of a community panel, you can also show your interest here, and this will be run by Jessica. So we are really keen to ask as many people as possible to show their interest if they want to be part of this kind of resident community panel to help us co-design and co-produce some of the services in Southend. But also, if you are registering to the site, we know who you are, so it also creates a more safer environment for people who are commenting, adding their ideas, but also just to make sure that we are all safe in this new environment. Bang the Table is moderating the platform 24/7, so they are pre-moderate some of the swear words or off-the-topic comments, and also post-moderate all the comments or ideas. So we are in safe hand with their support. So just show you what is on the main page. So there is a bit of description, what you can expect from your, say, Southend. So you can participate in discussions and consultations, and this site is under development, so you can share your feedback in one of our feedback projects here, where we are asking you to fill out a really short survey that, why you visited the page and have you found it useful. And also you can share your ideas that what do you want to see in here. there is also other projects. So Good Neighbours is a community building project. So in here is not just statutory consultations what we are advertising, but we are also advertising any other engagement such as community building projects. And you can also see the sexual health service consultations. So this is the three topics which is advertised currently. So we only soft launched Your Say Southend. So we just advertising these particular projects and not the whole website itself, because we want to learn and tailor it a bit. But later on, maybe in September or August time, we will do a big launch. On the right-hand side, you can see some widgets. So as I said, you can register to be part of this online engagement community. Some frequently asked questions as well. And also we are signposting people to our SBC Twitter accounts. We're planning to add Live Well as well as a side widget, just to signpost people to our new directory. But any other thoughts also will be welcomed, what you want to see as a side widget, just to show our residents that we are engaging and we want people to be active and involved. So just show you quickly how the Good Neighbours project look like and what kind of tools we started to use for this new engagement project. So as you can see straight away, that the project itself can be shared on social media. So you can click on Facebook and it will be instantly shared on Facebook or Twitter, LinkedIn, or via email. Also have the same banner as the home page. So we want to make sure that we are consistent. And if you see this banner, you know that it belongs to Your Say Southend. So every project have the same banner. There is a title that it's about Good Neighbours, a picture which has an alternative text just to make sure that we are accessible, and also a really short description what we want from you or why this project has been built. We want to encourage SBC officers to or Southend Borough Council officers to make this description really short, because if it's too long to read, people will not read it. But for transparency, we can upload any relevant informations or documents in a side widget here, and people can read more about the consultations or engagement project if they want. And also we are encouraging the project admins to add a video, which will be the same explanation what this few words is in above. So if you prefer to watch the video, you can do that as well. And after the main description, you can see the tools, what we use. We haven't used all of the tools, so I will show you what kind of tools we can use for Bang the Table. But currently we used a story gathering tool, an idea gathering tool, a forum, and a mapping tool. So you can see that we have a bit of description, what we want from people to do. So currently we are collecting stories about Good Neighbours initiative or any kind of neighborhood stories which happened during the pandemic. And also if you want to post a thank you message to anyone that has been kind to you during the last few months, you can do that. And so this is how you can type your informations. You can insert a video. There is so you need to insert a URL link. So the video needs to be uploaded to YouTube or video before. And also you can insert a picture, or you can play around the wording as well. So you can just write your story and create and send it off.
Polly, can I interrupt again? Sorry, it's Jessica. Yeah. So I know Susanna's on the call from Southend Adult Community College. So Susanna, I was thinking this is the kind of thing that could work quite well as a workshop or something, because it's really good. Like the site comes alive if people use it. So if people need help understanding how to navigate it. So uploading a video can be a little bit complicated for people, because it's easy to film something on the phone yourself, but then if you have to find somewhere to host it and then put it into the post, that can be a barrier for people. So just that's what I was thinking around involving the college potentially as part of community learning. So I just wanted to flag that. We're not kind of assuming that the whole community has all the digital skills needed to use it. You know, we are looking at that as well.
Yeah, also the new platform, the One Southend, have a tech-savvy video gathering tools as well. So we are aiming to upload a mini video there, how to use the platform. And my main aim is also to visit community groups to show the platform and do a bit of demo how to use the platform as well. So yes, this is the story tools. We have an idea gathering tool here where we are asking people to share their ideas, how they get in touch with their neighbors during the pandemic, or what they want to see in this page. And this is how the idea look like. So it's your names there, your mini descriptions, and people can comment or like your ideas. There is a forum page. I will talk more about these different tools. So this is just to show what we have on your. So forum. Sorry, is there a question? No, I will continue then. So forum topic is also good for you to get in touch with other participants on the platform, asking questions, just to discuss issues and topics. So we have more topics here, and you are feel free to join in of any topics.
Boggy, there was a question from Lindsay. So the question from Lindsay is there a translate button on here so that the information is available in different languages? Sorry if I've missed it.
Yeah, no, there isn't, but we will look into these options on a later stage because we are keen to engage with everyone and different communities in Southend. So I will look into these options, but currently we don't have a translating service here. Also, there is a mapping options where we are asking people to put a pin if there is a good neighborhood in their street or there is a good neighbors on their street. You can put a pin just to show how many good neighbors are in Southend. Also, just really quickly show you the site widgets. So we use some of the Bang the Tables site widgets on Good Neighbors page. So stay informed is if you are particularly interested about a project, like for example here is the Good Neighbors. You can, once we have refreshed the page or we have some news to share with you, we will send you a newsletter. Also, we can add signposting links to different platforms. So in here we have a Good Neighbors guidance, Live Well Southend page on coronavirus, and also the Southend Borough Council page on coronavirus. This is also a signposting link, like who are your support organizations, if you are a good neighbors, and how to get in touch with them, or how to connect with your neighbors. So there's One Southend or next door, or a Facebook group where you can join as well. We also used a register button here because some people go straight away to this project page because it can be shared on social media and they are missing out the homepage. So you can register yourself on the homepage itself. And we also have a Who is Listening page, which is so important because we had some feedback that consultations or engagement is a one-way information gathering, and there are no real people behind these engagements. So in here you can see that a real team or a real person are listening to this conversation, and you can get in touch with them.
Boggy, it's Jessica again. There's a question from Richard. Thank you, Richard. How are contributions moderated? Sorry if I missed this, he's got a bad connection.
Yes, so Bang the Table are moderated most of the tool 24/7. Some of the tool, I will explain you later, are moderated by the project administrator, such as the guest book, the question and answer, and the story tool. But Bang the Table will moderate all of the other ideas or additional topics. They are moderating swear words, off-topic comments, or they are not allowed people to sell goods, or if people want to spam the page, they will pick it up. They have a pre-moderation tool, so they will filter those words which are banned, but they also have a post-moderated option. So 2 hours after any comments has been uploaded, they will read it through, and if there is any reason to flag it, they will flag it with us. Okay, so I think I showed you more how our current Your Say Southend look like. So I will show the other opportunities, all the tools and widgets, what is available to use, but we haven't used all of them on Your Say Southend yet. And we'll also show you a bit of examples of other councils, how they are using these sites. So, yes, this is the picture. Okay, so these are the tools what we can use during the project. So we can use forums. Forums is the most or the oldest kind of tools what is available in online world, and this is the most democratic tools as well. So if we are in the beginning of an engagement or consultations and we really want to know how people feel, then a forum is a really great tool to gather those intelligence, these informations, and ask people to contribute. Obviously, it's a platform which allows debate. So if people are disagreeing with each other, that's absolutely fine. And also the project admins from SBC Council will be encouraged to comment, to participate in these forums as well, and make sure that we are listening to the community. And I want to show you a good examples of the forum topics. Sorry, I need to move all around. So I think this is from USA. So it's a budget consultations for 3 years. They would like to change the budget completely because of the new economics and requirements. So they have a news feed about new informations and the discussion, which is the forum tool. So just to show you that there is a topic, so capital spending, there is an information, what is it, but I just highlighted what kind of discussion they are keen to have. So they have a question that are there capital projects that are less of a priority for you? So what do you think? And there is 74 responses. So if we just click on it, you can see people commented, and then someone, Dave, who should be the project administrator, always responded to the comments or questions. So he's clarifying the answers, or if he doesn't know, he will look into the answer and publish it.
Boggy, you've got a question about well, we've got a couple of questions. So I've asked the translation one. Louise has also asked one about plain English, and Joe has also talked about accessibility for
yes.
a range of disabilities. So what I'm doing is I'm making the notes, and we don't want to put you on the spot because...
Yeah, so regarding plain English, we have a must-to-do list, what we came up with for consultation, for consultation expert. I'm not a consultation expert, but there is 3 others. In this must-to-have list, we really want to ask council officers to make the description as short as possible and as easy to read as possible, and all other information can be uploaded on the document widget on the right hand side, so people will not miss out information. So this is our aim. Obviously, it's a cultural change. We need to work on it. But yeah, we are really much focusing on plain English. Also accessibility. So on the must-to-have list, we are asking any project administrator to add an alternative text under every pictures, and also a transcription on every videos. So this is a must. There is also an accessibility statement on the home web page in the footer section, so you can read through what is accessible on the page and what it isn't. And if you find any mistakes on this statement, or if you want us to change anything, please let us know. And if we can do that, we will do. If not, we will feed it back to Bang the Table.
Oh, thank you, Boggy. I think so that kind of disability piece is kind of key to co-production, because people would need to test it almost and then provide that feedback. So yeah, I've made a note of that. And Joe's just asked a question as well about, and that's something I'm interested in, is it going to be all projects that SBC are partnered with? So I'm wondering if there's a sort of joint piece of work between, say, A Better Start Southend and the council, is it possible to use this tool
yes,
Southend?
Yes, of course it is possible, and I showed you the who is listening widget, so it can be, who is listening is Boglarka from from SBC Borough Council, and Jessica from A Better Start Southend. So we can make sure that people who is listening have showed which company they are working for and what is their role or title. Also on that note about accessibility, so I just want to emphasize that this online engagement tool will not replace the face-to-face engagements, and we make sure that all face-to-face engagement and focus groups are still happening. This is just an additional tool, and if this tool is not accessible for certain groups, then we need to make sure that we still hear from those groups who can't engage with this tool. Yes, going to the second tool is the idea gathering tool, and because it's co-production week, so I need to highlight that this is one of the best tool for co-design and co-production. This is a kind of virtual post-it note tool. So we are asking residents to share their ideas, and we also have a voting button, so we can schedule a voting, or we can start it we can use it from the start, and people can vote on the best idea what a resident has been uploaded. And just show you an example. It's, can't remember where is it. I think it's US as well. So they redevelopment projects, and they ask people to share their ideas. So as you can see, they gathered lots of really good ideas. People liked some of the ideas or commented on them. They haven't scheduled the voting button, but this is a great kind of tool to capture residents' ideas. I also show you how I think Kensington or Enfield, no, Kingston, sorry, Kingston used the idea tool. So they had an engagement about looking after our green spaces. And they introduce an idea tool as well. So tell us your ideas. And people also posted their ideas about green spaces. So this is the kind of tool what would be really useful. But as I mentioned, the cultural change within SBC officers, a cultural change needs to happen with the residents as well, because they need to be empowered to participate and share and feel able to share their ideas, and also to feel that they have been listened. So I think we have a long way to go, but we are all on the right track. Okay, moving on to the places tool. This is also a great tool to use for co-production, and also if you want to gather information in a place-based. So just show you a few examples how I think, oh, sorry, I'm having difficulties with, it's not letting me do that. Okay, I will click here. So this is Cambridge, have done a consultations about to improving cycling and walking alongside one of their road. And I don't know how I highlighted it. So if you click on information, you have a bit of information of what they are asking from residents to do. And then you can add your PIN. It's a closed consultation, so this is why it's a bit dark green. But you might be able to see that there is an opportunity PIN, an issue PIN, a bicycle PIN, an environment PIN, a safety concern PIN, accessibility PIN, education PIN, and basically you just drag one PIN and add it in the area where you want to add it. There is a possibility to add a short survey questions whenever you are adding your PIN to fill it in, like why you added this PIN on this particular area. And also you can share a picture. So for example, if it's a safety concern, you can make a picture of a lamp which is not working or broken, and then say that this is a safety concern because this lamp is not working on this street. And you can also filter the PIN. So if you want to see just the opportunity PIN, then you click out the others, the rest, and just leave the opportunity PIN on. And you can also check all the activity feeds, so you can read who have inputted what and read their comments or watch their pictures. You can also zoom on the map and then click on the particular pins and see what the person has been inputted in this pin. And I think if I'm able to click here, no, this is a story tool. No, I don't have any other pins. Okay, so I'm moving on. I'm conscious about the time. Okay, so I'm moving on to the stories to get the guestbook and the question tools. But before I do that, I just explained that the previous three tools, the forum, the ideas, and the places, are open environments. So it means if you are adding a forum, comments, an idea, or a places, then this is available for everyone who are visiting the site. And you are able to comment or engage with the other residents through these tools. And also these tools are the best for pre-engagement. So when you don't know what do you want to do with an issue, but there is an issue and you want to find out people's opinions, ideas, or feedbacks. The next three tools are also good for pre-engagement, but they belongs to mixed environment, which means that it will be moderated either by the project administrator or bank the table, but it will be moderated before it go live. So this is happening with the stories, guest books, and questions as well. So stories is really useful to use if you want to gather some feelings around a certain issue or topics. So the whole community can empathize through a story, like what it means to a certain resident. And it's also a really nice way to have a more deeper understanding what we are talking about, or what is the issue. So I have an example as well. Bradford Council had a story tool. They are asking people, what do you love about where you live? And you can see that people have commented their stories about what they like here. You can also share, I forget to say that also on the idea tool, you can share your own comments straight on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn as well. And through that page, you can navigate your people who are clicking on it will navigate themselves back to the project page. But you are able to share a particular comments or stories as well individually.
Thank you, Boggy. Can I just ask some questions from Joanne? Yeah. So there's one about moderating and negative comments. Will more negative comments be kept in the view of keeping public opinion current and relevant? So I guess it's that line between, who decides what's too contentious or or negative, and then the other question was around breastfeeding, and how will moderators approach breastfeeding images being safe to keep up, or other similar, well, I don't know if there's anything similar, but sort of other topics that people can have sort of strong feelings around. So Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA+. Sorry, I've got my, so those sorts of things. Who's going to be the kind of arbiter around that, I'm guessing?
So obviously Bang the Table will moderate any negative comment, any racist comments as well straight away. But if they are not sure about a particular comments or stories or topics, they will ask our opinion on it. And I believe that they also have a kind of board who are discussing which topic is acceptable and which isn't. And if they can't decide, then they are sending it to our way. But there are many negative comments, like for example, the story tool which I showed you before. There are there are some negative comments, like council asked people that what they like in their town. And there are stories which is purely say that I don't like my town because the traffic is too big and because council hasn't done X, Y, and Z. And it is still there, so it's available. You can read it. So I don't think that these will be moderated as long as it's not abusive. Regarding breastfeeding. I haven't had any example about breastfeeding, but I think the images will not be moderated if it will encourage people to breastfeed. And if there are negative comments around it, then these will be deleted. But I can make an inquiry and ask Bang the Table if they have something similar coming up previously. So I will just make a note.
Thank you, Boggy. I mean, I think because people are signing up to be part of a panel, there is a potential, and I'm just chucking this out there because I've thought of it, there is a potential that maybe the moderators could be kind of like, I don't mean we could moderate the moderators, but there could be regular conversations with the community panel to just check that we're getting those decisions right, and that people feel that, because I think the context around some of the things is that, on some of the social media platforms, breastfeeding images might be taken down. So you're clearly saying that actually it's a public health issue, that we want to encourage breastfeeding. That's, a national policy and also local. So we'd be wanting to support that. Anyway.
Yes, definitely. So I will look into these particular topics, but I don't think that, this will be moderated. The abusive comments will be moderated. Yes, but Bang the Table is because it's an international company, they are really keen to follow those equality principles that we are all want to follow as well.
It's Joe. Thank you, Boggy. It's just I know that a lot of platforms are currently over moderating.
Yeah, those images. Yes. Yeah.
Facebook and YouTube are removing images and videos that are designed to be teaching tools for parents trying to learn how to breastfeed. And it's such an important topic within Southend, where we've got the Southend Supports Breastfeeding, and we want families to be able to go out and about, share photos of where they've been felt safe to breastfeed, and continue it online as well as elsewhere. So I just don't want the moderators to over moderate.
I will make a clarification with Bang the Table, because it's a really relevant and really important topic. So thank you for to raise this issue, which I haven't thought about it, but yeah, I will make sure that we have the right answer, and Bang the Table are following those principles, what we're following as well. I just want to speed up a bit because we only have 15 minutes left, and I think half of my presentation is still waiting. But just to quickly, I might not show you any more examples. Guestbook is really good to gather feedbacks. If the topics is really controversial and we are opening up for lots of abuse, then might be the guestbook will be a better options than the forum topics. So people can add their comments, and the project administrator from the council can read it and decide whether or not they make it publicly available or not. But it's still really good for us to gather feedback about a particular issue. Questions, also really good tool, because people want to ask questions straight through the engagement, and also the project admin can decide whether or not they are make the question publicly available for residents and our answer as well, or just answer the residents privately. Also those, so whoever adding comments, forum topics or stories will receive a notification from Engagement UK to say thank you to be part of this particular project, and this was your inputs. So you can read your comments in your email as well, and if the moderator will remove your comments or topics, you will receive an email instantly straight away that it was removed because and there is a reason. And if you feel that it wasn't removed correctly, then please get in touch with the project administrator, to who is listening, and let them know that you are not happy with this decision. Yes, so question and answer, and polls and surveys, obviously everyone knows them. These are the real kind of consultations tool. These tools are really good to use whenever we gather some informations from people previously during the pre-engagement stages, and then we can make a survey relevant to people's needs or feel, and asking a detailed questionnaire of people's opinion, and we can also analyze this in a really good way. Quick polls are good to have a snapshot on people's feelings, how they feel currently, or what they prefer. So yes, it's a great tool, but these are controlled environment, means that you can't see other people's input and you can't comment or like it. So these are the tools, and I will show you the site widgets. So on Good Neighbors, I showed you a few site widgets, which is on the right-hand side, but there are more what we are able to use. So the core project info is, one is the life cycle. So if you go on the sexual health consultations, you can see a life cycle which will show you when the consultation has been publicized, and when it's under review or when it's closed, so you can follow the journey through these life cycle widgets. The who is listening, I already mentioned it. It's so important that people feel that a real person is listening to the conversation. Key date is also a good tool to use with the offline engagement. So any kind of face-to-face public meetings, focus group can be advertised on a site widget, so people can go there and participate. Frequently asked questions is also a good tool to avoid mass questions from people. So if you have a frequently asked questions list, you can display it on your site widget, and people will find the information straight away. So I showed you the important links, so we can signpost any other site on the site widget, which is important to your project, and also any other related project, even if it's archived or live, but it's really related to this particular engagement or consultation project, you can add it as a related project, so people can just go click on it and engage with this project as well if they are interested. And we can also add a rich media on the site widget, such as photos, videos, and document library. As I mentioned, document library is really important to be transparent, because we want to share every information with residents. So any previous consultations or any other related documents needs to be uploaded there for transparency. Follow project, which I showed you on Good Neighbors page. So if you want to follow this particular project, you can just put your email address there, and you will receive notifications about anything new on this particular project. Sign up banner can be used in every project, because we want to restrict all the tools on a later stage. For people are only able to use the tools if they are signing up to the page, just to make it a safer environment. But currently the Good Neighbors tools are free to use it without registering, because we want to give the opportunity to people just to test the page without registering to the site. Newsfeed is a tool if you want to share informations about this particular engagement project. So any related news can be uploaded there, and people can read what's new. And there is 2 additional widgets, so you can customize a widget. Maybe it's a picture and a signposting link behind to another platform, or you can use Facebook as a site widget if you have a particular Facebook page which is really relevant to this particular engagement project. Yes, I think I ran through all these site widgets, and just show you one more examples. Kingston are using a really nice way to show resident that we, as you said, we did. So Kingston are using Bang the Table as well, and on the header they advertise this particular button that you can watch what your opinion have been used through decision-making process. So it's a playground update, and you can see that this is what we asked, this is what you said, what we did. So you can find out more about these particular engagement and consultations. So this is a really nice way to close the loop, to feedback residents that their opinion were greatly valued and used to consider those in the decision-making process.
Boggy, there's a question from Joanne, which is, will the Your Say Southend platform link to social media pages, or is it going to be shared via SBC platforms? I think you mentioned Twitter earlier. You mentioned the comms team. But is it, sorry, let me know again. Are we going to have a Your Say Southend social media page? I think that's...
Oh, this, okay. It's so we thought about it, and I'm not sure who mentioned it to me, that it would be nice if Your Say Southend will have a dedicated Facebook account. But I haven't followed this inquiry up. So if you think that it would be useful, just let me know on the comment box, or drop me an email, because then I can forward this inquiry towards the media team. But because all the project itself can be shared through social media instantly, I haven't thought that there is a need to have a dedicated Facebook page. I thought that if there is a project, we can share it through social media itself, but the homepage we don't necessarily need to share. But yes, I think it's a good things what we need to consider.
Thanks, Boggy.
There is also a really good reporting tool. So from now on, we can see any consultation which happens through this platform. And maybe after 6 months or a year time, we can build those benchmarks that, who we consulted, how many people, where they live, what is their age groups or ethnicity. So we can clearly see who we are missing out and who we need to try harder to engage. To mention, but if you have any questions now, feel free to ask. So I will stop sharing if I find the button how to do that. Oh, yes.
Thank you so much, Boggy. It's such a rich site that it's a lot to take in. So thank you for the questions so far. Are there any others that people have immediately? Ooh, you've stunned them into silence.
Oh, they're never gonna stun me in silence, are they? It's not a question, but I really like the option of feeding back into the community with that whole "we asked, you said, we did" thing. I think that's a really good way to continue the co-production and to keep everybody still in the loop, because that can be, from my side of things, on the other side of co-production, that can be something that is forgotten about and missed, is that final feedback and keeping people in the loop until the very end. So I really like that option, and I'd like to see that incorporated as well, please.
Thanks, Jo. I mean, I think that's something Boggy and I are both very clear on, and we share that vision. If we ask people for their input and their thoughts, and they give their time, then the very least is that people would get that information collated and back out in a timely fashion. It's not really, it doesn't help build those co-productive relationships if people just sit on it. So, and I know there are good reasons that sometimes things get a bit, in a log jam, but I think we're definitely committed to making sure that happens and being kind of held account to that as well.
Yeah, I think, so as I said, it needs to be a cultural change, both sides. So Southend Borough Council officers needs to be more open towards co-production and pulling residents into the decision-making process. And residents needs to feel empowered to participate in these discussions. So this is a two-way journey. And I think we need to work hard to reach our goals. Any other question? Sorry, I just ran through the last bits, and it might be confusing to show you so many other councils or local authorities pages.
It's not really.
If some of, sorry, go on.
I think someone else was going to say something. No, well, I was just going to reflect that the reason really that we're not having a Facebook group kind of consult with things and trying to kind of create a space digitally where we can come together around these issues, is that for some things there is a kind of legal requirement, a statutory requirement. So say transport, travel plans, or planning, there's a legal requirement to do the consultation. And the way that's happened before is through the consultation portal. But I think Boggy's vision is to make this a tool for people to use and be part of, so that we can host those statutory consultations. And you saw the one with the map and the pins and I mean, I love that. I just think, well, that's great. But that's actually could potentially be quite a statutory consultation. But trying to get everything together so we can all see as residents, and it's quite transparent, everything that we're being asked about in our town. And personally, I mean, that's just me, I'm a bit old maybe now, but I find it easier to see everything in one place. But obviously, you know, if there's a consultation around something that's specific to your area, those conversations can go off into the different, you know, the breastfeeding support groups on Facebook, or the WhatsApp good neighbour groups on the street. So it's not really about trying to control those conversations, but I guess it's trying to curate them and get one site where everything happens. So if you want to know or you want to be involved, you can go there and see everything. That's kind of the vision. Oh, it's 11:30.
Yeah. Just a final note is that if you have any comments, negative or positive, I would really greatly value if you can send me an email, or also if your community groups or charity will be benefit for a similar drop-in sessions, I am more than happy to visit, or now do an online meeting and just, you know, do a similar demo for your community. And also, if you are Southend Borough Council employees, we have every Wednesday at 1 o'clock a demo on the back office how to build your own project, because we are aiming to support every SBC council employees to be more independent through building their own project.
Thank you so much, Boggy. I really appreciate your time. Thank you everybody so much for coming. I think it's just worth saying that anything that is co-produced is not perfect from the get-go. We really do rely on that kind of diversity of lived experience and thinking from our community members to come back and say, actually, have you thought about this, like you've done today, with great generosity of spirit, and allow us to go back and check that out and make sure that it's taken forward in the way that we all want, because we want things to be as good as they can be, but we can't do it on our own, and that really is kind of co-production in many ways. So thank you so much for your time. I'll just hang on here for a minute if there are any questions. I don't know if Boggy's got to shoot off, but thank you for attending, and have a good rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for coming. Take care. I need to shoot off because I have another meeting. Take care, bye-bye.
Thank you, and I will see you in a couple of, well, an hour and a bit.
Thanks.
Couple of hours.
Thank you so much. You've been an absolute stalwart. I don't know how to say the word. It's a horrible word, isn't it? I won't say it again. You've been a rock. You've been a solid.
Stubborn and avoiding my kids.
No, it's been really good. Thanks for coming, Susanna. I don't know if it's something you can perhaps pick up.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I don't know exactly how that would link with the college, but at least I'm going to dig it now because I find it quite interesting and I didn't know about this tool. It's quite
yeah, I was thinking that people, it might be quite good for like younger people to get them participating. And if people didn't know how to kind of interact with the forums, if they lack the digital skills, it could be something around that. But I don't work at the college anymore, so I can't go, let's do this, let's do that. But thank you.
No, but that's a good idea. Yeah, and any ideas you have that the college actually could do that, just pin me,
okay,
or Tricia, and I'm quite happy to extend my things around.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. See you later.
Thank you. See you later. Bye.
Video. options, and just teaching people how to upload something to YouTube and stuff. If it's got to be a YouTube video that's then translated, it could be an interesting way for you to look at YouTube as a option for a course. And then because there's a lot of kids out there at the moment that enjoy just blogging and stuff, or vlogging, whatever it is, so that could possibly work.
That's a good idea, definitely. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.